Well, looking back on a legacy thing, maybe at this point I'm starting to think about that a little bit more, because the things that the world that I was trying to be a part of when I was in my teens and 20s, going to see Von Freeman, going to see Fred Anderson, going to see Jody Christian, all these amazing musicians that came up in the 50s, 60s, and 70s that were massively important to the development of 20th and 21st century music at this point, across the board, not just in jazz spheres, that you never know what the legacy is going to be, you know? You got to kind of keep on doing it. And so I can't speak to what the future is going to be. I'm just trying to sort of relive the present out of the examples of what happened before. I thought I was going to be part of that world. That world was actually going away. The world that I'm in, I'm not necessarily sure what it is, but I'm holding it steady and doing my thing the way that those guys are doing their things and holding it steady. That's as much as you can ask for anyone. In putting this evening together, I thought of doing an opening set with the Jazz Institute's Jazz Links program, which is focused on mostly high school students. And that's going to be led by Jeff Bradfield, a fantastic saxophonist and educator, musician, composer. Jeff is also in a book that I had published in 2018 called The City Was Yellow. And that book is dedicated to compositions that were made in Chicago from 1980 to 2010. And so they're going to do a segment from that book that Jeff is going to lead them through. And I think it's a great way for us to continue keeping those connections and trying to hopefully inform a newer generation of musicians about what is in, for me, more recent past, even though I don't think any of them were born at the time. For the second set, we're doing all this music that, for me, is inspired in a certain way by the great bass player Fred Hopkins. Southsider from Chicago. He was part of the very, very inquisitive first wave of the AACM, the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians. He just became everybody's call bass player. Fred was just in so many bands that were important in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, big collaborator of David Murray and Henry Threadgill and Mulhall Richard Abrams, some of the most impressive minds of modern music. Fred unfortunately passed away too early. His music came to me, of course, just in recordings. And then strangely, just after the pandemic, I also received a bunch of his actual properties. His family house is being sold, and a lot of the things that belonged to him were being thrown away, and someone salvaged them and gave them to me. So these amazing sort of bits of ephemera. I mean, a telephone book full of weekly meeting notes for AACM membership meetings, scores from some of these amazing musicians like Mulhall Richard Abrams, Joseph Jarman, David Murray. Fantastic correspondences between this is how record labels and artists used to work together, or also just fantastic relationship things, postcards from friends, disputes, and everything that goes into someone's life, and it's in these boxes. That's kind of where the second half of the program is really coming from. Luckily, one of his biggest collaborators, Henry Threadgill, is writing new music for it. Been able to talk with Henry about some of the stuff that's in there and memories that it evokes and days of travel and, the spirit of what they were doing. So that's a really great piece of this too. So this legacy that keeps on moving, and you talk about it from people that I didn't know, and then people that I do know and have these relationships with. And this kind of being like some weird gift that was given and that I can hopefully give back. I think anybody, whether how much you're into the music or not in the music, can relate to something when you're looking at the lives of someone and that you could connect with it. So as people that are fans of Fred Hopkins or fans of the music, they could connect with it. Also just on a human interest level, it's like, right, this is what people's lives look like when you just kind of assemble it in pieces.